Hello! Good morning, afternoon, and evening. Hello, everyone. It's Dee Dee. Hello! Hello! Is that the... Ranger very rarely calls me Diana, so I'm like, Dee Dee? Hi! Hi, Ranger. Hi, Zon. Hi, Freed. How's it going, everybody? Happy Saturday. You did right, Dee Dee. I'm not crazy. I'm pretty sure you rarely use Dee Dee. Usually it's Diana, I think. Now I'm gaslighting myself. How's everybody doing, though? Today is, well, I mean, it's Saturday. It's been a good morning. I actually slept really well. I haven't had a nap today yet. It's crazy. I say Dee Dee and or Diana. Gotcha. Then my memory's just going. Old age is coming for me. No, not the dinosaur. When I get too old, moon beans turn me into dino nuggies. That's all I ask. Just turn me into nuggies. Let there be a use for my bones. Gosh. I keep thinking to myself, I need to go to the store. But because it's a long weekend, the stores would be crazy. And I'm like, I don't want to. My social anxiety butt's like, no! And make Dee Dee nuggies. So would they still... No, they wouldn't be dino-shaped at that point. I guess they would be, like, shaped like a cat. Like the little round circle with, like, the pointed ears. Perfect. Perfect. They'd be shaped like moonbeams, DDV2, etc., etc., etc. Perfect. Makes sense. Makes sense. You know, it's funny now that I think about it, because, like, yes, there's dino chicken nuggies. You don't usually see chicken nuggets in other shapes, huh? Like, don't see cat-shaped, don't see dog-shaped. Maybe it's because it would be too traumatizing for the children, I don't know. Wait a damn minute. It's just a sudden thought I made. She's on to something, right? I just have to wonder if it's because... Move in. It's time. I mean, maybe market them for adults. Because, yeah, I feel like a lot of kids, like, I had this issue. And then a lot of... I've heard of a lot of other kids having this issue where they get upset about eating chicken nuggets in the shape of, like, animals or dinosaurs or whatever because they don't want to eat an animal. Because they're too young to put two and two together and realize that chicken in and of itself is an animal. So maybe they avoid doing chicken nuggets in more familiar animal shapes, like particularly those that are common pets, to avoid upsetting children and thereby not having good sales. Maybe that's the reason. Just a thought. Perhaps, perhaps. Small things. I remember first time Papa Melis got me to help make hamburgers. To this day, I'm still kind of when it comes to touching cold, like, meat. Like, please no. I don't like this. And as much as I love, like, rotisserie chicken, I can't buy it myself anymore. Because if I actually use all the chicken and I get to the point that I see, like, you know, the little carcass, I get really upset. I've talked before that I'd be, like, vegetarian if I didn't already have, like, dietary restrictions. So, like, that make it very difficult for me to, like, restrict. Like, so I shouldn't basically restrict myself any further. Plus, like I was saying before, one of the things I have to restrict myself is grain products. And I mean, pretty much most vegetarian, vegan stuff has grain in it. So, you know, haven't even eaten breakfast and I'm already craving lunch meals? That sounds like a you problem. It's 12:30 p.m. here. It is primo lunchtime. Though all I really have is a bunch of vegetables, a can of tuna, and some rice. Well, and okay, 1 egg. I could make fried rice later. I think that was actually my plan. It's one of those I should go out and replenish supplies, but I'm trying to. Last week of the month is like a challenge for me. Because, you know, after you pay rent and stuff, usually there's not a lot left over between that and your next paycheck, right? So it's like at the end of I try 1 week a month to be like, we don't go grocery shopping. We just use up everything that's still in like the freezer and all that stuff. So it's like I can manage, but there's not a lot of protein that hasn't been used up, you know? I think there is some frozen bao buns, but I can't remember if those are vegetarian or they're meat-based. But yeah. Including Bella, she ain't safe stealing my girl's food. Terrible. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Before you start pointing the gun at me again, I'm kidding. Might just have to skip breakfast and steal my friends without their permission. I always offer people food because I'm not much of an eater anyway. But you gotta wait for me to offer it. If you take it off my plate before I'm ready, then then we gotta fight. You must observe the proper protocol. You have to wait for Dee Dee to offer it to you. You can't just steal it. I mean, oh! Sorry, I misread. Fair enough. What, you don't steal? You don't steal your friend's French fries? Are Gen Z too high class, highbrow for that now? You don't steal people's French fries? Well, where's the fun in eating with friends then? I buy more food if I'm hungry. Damn. Must be nice to have money. Y'all never did, like, the communal French fry pile? Like, everyone buys a packet of fries and everyone just kind of helps themselves? grab your hand. But it's worth it to lose a hand for French fries that aren't yours. Or what if you're just reaching for food they don't like? Like, would that be okay? Because, like, I don't fight Iduna when she goes to steal my pickles because I don't like pickles. Is that just me? Am I just crazy? It's the principle. They would rather throw it away than give it to me? Now that's just wasteful. No, that's just wasteful. Y'all need to rethink yourselves then. That don't make no sense. Which I find done. I'm still hungry. Give me food. Yeah, exactly. God, now I want fast food, even though, like, I generally hate fast food. I just want French fries. I just want French fries. Any more? Oh, I see. This was Young Ranger doing things. Saying we gotta go get food now. All right, everybody. Beep, beep. Into the car. Do, 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 do. I'm trying to think what even, like, if I did leave, what fast food places are even close to me? Not a lot. Count me in. Hey! We out for a drive. Let's go. It's time for adventure. Bow, bow. Young Ranger was different. Game no Fs. I'm glad I've evolved to be more calm. That happens to most people, yeah. I had plenty of friends who definitely had, like, hair trigger tempers. Like, I actually have an acquaintance who got banned off Overwatch for being too passive-aggressive. And she was like, well, if people would actually play properly, I'm like, girl, you're the one who got banned. You're the problem here. This was like 10 years ago, though. So it's like, yeah. Like, you shouldn't be bad-mouthing anyone to the point that you get banned in a game, but it is definitely something you associate more with younger people. If you're still doing that in your 30s, I don't know, man. The shortest and the weakest, like, oh, mood. I know what you mean. Been there. Been there, done that. We've all been there. Might have been the weakest, but I was the second smartest. The second smartest? Now there's a crazy thought. Like, not that there's always gonna be someone who's smarter than you, right? But I swear Ranger's like the smartest person I've ever met, so I'm like... Logically, I know there are those smarter than Ranger. But it's difficult for me to fathom, you know? 4 IQ points, oh my god. I don't know enough about IQ testing to know if that is... Like, 4 points is a significant amount or it's a trivial amount, but... Yeah. I don't think I've ever done even, like, you know, the questionable online IQ point testing. I don't think I ever, like, truly wanted to know. I know I'm average. I don't want to find out how painfully average I am, you know? It's not a priority. Even, like, 1 point is a good gap in intelligence. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Alright, we back in OKAMI. Let's see if we can figure out what we were doing, because it has been a hot minute since we played this game. There's a lot of yappy, so 4 is him dunking on you? Oh, come on. Kaguya's memories. Must go to Sasa Sanctuary. Have we done that yet? Probably not. Whenever belongs to Queen Himiko, you can tell. Okay. Oh, right. Because we don't have... Correct. Okay. Yeah, because there's an item we need to get that will let us go see Himiko. Until then, we can't really... We cannot complete our quests. So we gotta go to Sasa Sanctuary. And go see Kaguya. Who we freed from prison, and she's like, my people need me, I must go. Higher IQ, but look who actually became a scientist. I guess that's the thing, right? Having really good skills or intelligence doesn't do you any good if you don't have the ambition to follow through, you know? Which isn't bad. Like, you need people to fill all roles in society for society to function, right? So it's not bad if you don't have, like, you know, career ambition or something like that. Sweet! The cursed zone vanished along with that funky mist. Oh, yeah. Because we shrunk down Magic School Bus style and went inside the Emperor's body and, like, purged the plague. Looks like city life's come back to life. Beautiful. I mean, bet you never saw a happening place like this 100 years ago. I don't know about that. Possibly. I guess that depends how much society has advanced in the past 100 years, you know? This must be exciting for you being from the country and all. Wow, rude. You're from the country, too. Now I know you just want to go have fun, but don't go overboard. Why? You're not the boss of me. mean, I don't want you to forget what you're supposed to be doing. What am I supposed to be doing? I've already forgotten. How was my day? Pretty good. I slept really well. I haven't had a nap this morning, which is unusual for me. So now that the weather is cooling down, I guess my body's like, we need to catch up on all the sleep we missed because it was been hot as balls. I did like 30 minutes of yoga, which was nice. Like, I usually try and do a little bit of stretching, but yeah, when you're like really tired, it's hard to force yourself, even if you know, like, exercise is good for you, and the more you exercise, the more energy you will eventually accumulate. So that was nice. Only thing that was not according to Keikaku means plan, is I was hoping to do some cleaning this morning, but I just didn't have it in me, you know? It's like by the time I exercised, did like my daily stuff in gacha games, did some like paid bills and that stuff, it was already just shy of 11, so I'm like, yeah, I don't really have time, because I try before stream to relax, like lay down with the cats, read a book or something like that, or if I end up falling asleep, then I fall asleep kind of thing. Because I mean, for the once, like, you know, stream time starts, for the next 2 to 4 hours, I am being an entertainer. I'm engaging people. I'm not going to be as easily able to eat or, like, you know, whatever else. I mean, you guys aren't bad about me eating on stream, but, you know, it's the principle of the thing. So I try and rest before stream starts. Today feels like a lazy day? Yeah, I get what you mean. Same thing, like, I was like, I'm gonna get up early and go get groceries. And then I get up at like 7 a.m. and I'm like, that ain't happening. Maybe after stream, you know, because, you know, stores stay open until like, you know, 8, 9 p.m. here. Oh! Do we have... No interest. The wild boars like seeds. Interesting. I mean, pigs are, omnivorous, aren't they? They'll eat whatever they can. That's why, you know, you hear stories, someone, falls in the pig pen and they get chomped. Running. I love the detail that when Ami runs, like, grass and stuff bloom behind her. It makes it much more interesting to run around and then just... if there was nothing, you know? Hopefully they keep that detail for the sequel. Which is really easy, like, to forget that it's coming. But yeah, we're getting a sequel! It's a wonderful life. In we go. Meow. All right. We burned all of this down. Because some guard was doing archery practice and we lit his arrow on fire, so it ignited all of gunpowder in the cannon, and well, the rest is history. That dude is still sleeping. There was a guard that was asleep when everything blew up, and he's still asleep. Alright, Sasa Sanctuary should be pretty close. Okay. Nope. And nope. Oh yeah. Also, I saw on Steam, it's like Sega Publisher sales. Which I guess makes sense, because what is it? Sonic Crossroads just came out? Iduna's been going bananas for it. I think it's just like, you know, a modern version of Sonic Racing, so I'm not like itching to try it, but I might try it at some point. Mostly for Miku. Just for Miku, really. Nope, do we date here? Probably at some point. DD merch when? Well, keep an eye out is all I'll say. I got stuff cooking. Nothing super fancy, but I got stuff cooking. Telling me this might not be a bit or a joke anymore. Well, you guys have been asking for DD merch anyway, so it's cooking. What little I can anyway, because merch is expensive. Even just getting the commercial rights if you commission artwork for something, people are usually like, yeah, it's double the price. Sometimes it's even triple the price. I'm like, fair. But I am le poor. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Ba 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 ba. All right. Up we go. Up 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 up. Just do you. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm doing what I can within, like, my own budget, right? Because there are a lot of ways now that you can go about doing merch for more discounted stuff, depending on, like, you know, what you're willing to do or want to do. That's why so many people make stickers, right? Because stickers are, like, probably some of the easiest that in, like, you know, can buttons. What? Here, have some meat. Calm down, tiger. Don't know if there were tigers in Japan in, like, you know, at any point in history. But hey, whatever. The gods be praised! Is it really you, Kaguya? I never thought I'd see you again after the Emperor suddenly summoned you to Seion City. Kaguya, dear Kaguya. It feels like ages since we last met, Grandfather. My, look at those new wrinkles. Have I worried you so? This game is so good. I love Okami. One of my favorite games ever. Oh, Grandfather. I thought you guys would run into each other here. I'm happy for you two. Oh, Kaguya, let us live together happily ever after. We could sell my bamboo ware, just you and me. Huh? Oh, huh? What's wrong, Kaguya? Do you have to return to the Emperor? No, that's not it. It's just... I cannot live with you, Grandfather. Huh? Huh? What are you talking about, Kaguya? You're not eloping or running away from something, are you? I didn't know you were here, Grandfather. It would have been better if we had not met before I departed. Departed? Where are you going? I'm not sure. The royal crest carved into the earth here in the Sasa Sanctuary. It calls to me. What the? Kaguya, what are you doing? It's as if I'm being driven by some invisible force. It's called... Unme. It's destiny. Below this crest, far below the earth. You're gonna make breakfast? Okay! Enjoy your brekkie. Something linked to my mysterious past awaits. I must go! Bye! Kaguya! No! Don't do it, Bamboo Girl! It's too dangerous! Oh, is this the digging minigame? It sure is! Alright. Come on, girl. Stop! Okay, good. No, stop! You touch the poison? You're gonna have a very bad time, my girl. Come on, up you go. No! Gotta wait for the yank to come back. just gives us a little more time. We went the wrong way. Okay. Apparently we're stuck. Kaguya can ride the water, but we can't. Come on, girl. It's interesting how Twilight Princess came out a couple years after this game. I guess that's true. No. No walk into poison. Can I not grab her? I cannot. Well, at least I can dig without the yank. We just gotta go this way. So we just need to blow her over here. Come on, girl. There we go. Oh, come on. Hang on. Girl! We don't have time for this. Come on, girl. Where am I digging? Where am I digging? Go, 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 go! Yeah! 3 seconds! Spike Shrimp! Bamboo girl? What the heck? Looks like a bamboo shoot, except it's metal and insanely huge. This is what was calling me. It's the link to my mysterious past. Kaguya. I knew that this giant bamboo shoot was buried here in Sasa Sanctuary. You did? But one day, many years ago, I came here to cut down some bamboo. Suddenly, this giant bamboo shoot appeared right before my eyes. Your cold and nearly lifeless body came tumbling out. Then, this giant bamboo shoot disappeared back into the ground. You were as cold as ice and looked like you might die at any minute. I quickly picked you up and rushed home. My dearly departed wife and I nursed you back to health. We had always wanted a child. You were like a blessing from the heavens. You brought joy unto our lives. I couldn't tell you the truth. I feared that if you found out, you would seek out this strange bamboo shoot. I feared that it would take you away from us forever. Don't go! Don't go, Kaguya! Grandfather. Oh. I always thought of you and dearly departed grandmother as my real family. And that feeling shall never fade. Though I may leave, my heart remains with you. Remember that. But I cannot stay here with you. A mysterious force is calling me. I cannot resist. I must discover where I came from. Don't worry. I will come back to you. I just need to know. So, I beg you, oh grandfather dear, see me off with a smile on your face. Okay, I will, Kaguya. And then she got imprisoned by the evil, oh, what are they called? The Lunarians? From, Land of the Lustrous? I only ask that when you get there, you remember one thing. You are my precious grandchild. Never forget that. You are my dearest, most precious grandchild. Oh, grandfather. And there they go again. His precious grandchild. Huh? Oh, I wasn't thinking about home or anything. Of course not. Ishun? Amaterasu? I'm forever grateful to you. I could never thank you enough for what you did for me. But please, accept this as a token of my appreciation. Ah, there it is, the fire tablet. Now we can summon Arceus. It was my sole link to my mysterious past. But now that I'm returning home, I shall need it no longer. May it help you in your travels. It is time. Time for me to depart. Thank you, you two. Thank you, grandfather. Farewell. And may we meet again someday. In OKAMI too. And lift off! Grandpa. This made me so sad when I was younger. Well, it's gone. Wonder where it's headed. I hope that bamboo girl has a safe journey wherever it leads. Hey, Annie! Get the lead out! We got sidetracked helping that bamboo girl. Let's get going. We have work to do. We gotta rake that queen over the coals. She's got some explaining to do. You got some explaining to do. Buns. Here, have grass. Num 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 num. Beautiful. Oh, nice. Oh, stray bead. I forget what happens when you find all the beads. Oh no, Bun, I'm so sorry. Golden peach. Alright, off we go. See you later, Gramps. The moon was calling her. How's the Okami? Good! Kaguya went back to the moon. And now we're gonna go see, Queen Himiko. And then after that, if I remember correctly, we go to the Dragon Palace. It's been a while since I played this game, but I've replayed it so many times. I have a good chunk of the chain of events memorized. Though this is where things start getting a little blurry. Because it's late game, right? And so every time I replay the game, I don't always finish it to completion, right? Sometimes you're just feeling nostalgic for a game you really like, and then you play it for a day and you're like, yeah, that scratched the itch. Running. Da, 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 da. There we go. Bow, 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 bow! Oh, we gotta feed the bow bows. They're right here. I have a dozen or so infinite fusion runs like that. Yeah, just sometimes you're like, I really enjoyed this game. I want to relive it, but I don't need to, like, play it to the end, you know? Hello, doggos. Goodbye, doggos. Alright, I should probably save. 18 hours. Roguelike games are pretty good for that too. Oh, that's true. I don't think I have a roguelike game that I like enough to keep coming back to. Though a lot of gacha games have like some kind of roguelike weekly thing you do. Like in Star Rail, it's the simulated universe stuff. That's technically like roguelike. Yeah, because it's like, you go in, you have to clear 18 to like 20 screens, and every week the buffs are randomized, and like every time you go in, like, you'll get different events because the events are randomized. The bosses are mostly randomized from what I know. It's like, they'll prioritize bosses that are relevant to the current story arc, but like it's still somewhat randomized. Yeah, sometimes those can be really fun, but then also sometimes it's like insanely difficult. It can get insanely difficult. I remember in early Honkai Star Rail, they introduced an update to Simulated Universe called Swarm Universe, because it was about the new like bug enemies that had come out, right? But it was really hard to make it through that, because there weren't a ton of healers at that point, and or defense/shield options. And people were like, I can't get through this without with Japard, who was like the other shield character. I'm like, I did it, but I splurged on the new character, Fu Xuan, so... Oh, you're just gonna run through that until it gets boring, huh, Zexu? Good morning. She's in her palace at the moment praying for the city. I'm under orders not to let anyone disturb her. Yeah, I forgot about that. I know. I need to use the time magic. Bye! But yeah, now you go back to some of those older modes, and it's not like it's easier per se, but you have much more flexibility. Like, some of them I still haven't gotten all the achievements in the older modes, so sometimes I'm like, sure, I'll do this. Just from the new combat and maneuver options? Yeah, just like from the new characters. Like, Adventuring the character wasn't out when this mode came out, right? And his whole thing is he gives shields, but after shielded allies take damage X number of times, he will have like a follow-up attack. And his element is strong against the bugs in this particular mode that I was talking about that was really difficult for a lot of people. So, you know, it's like he's defense, but he's also like sub DPS kind of thing. The amulet emblem guy? The guy who has, the casino chips. Aventurine, yes, Aventurine. Gallagher, the healer as well can be really good. But yeah, and I mean, the Helta, more DPS, all that stuff. There's a lot of more options now. For the fun of it, I want to take Saber in there at some point. Because the bugs remind me of the crest worms from Fate Stay Night. So I'm like, I wanna take Saber to go squash bugs. You didn't get very far. That's okay, that's fair. This design is pretty good. Yes! It's a great look, honestly. Takeuchi updated it so it fits the universe well, but it's also still very clearly her. The thematic battle. Yeah. I mean, I'm one of those people that it's like, I try and bring characters to fights that are thematically appropriate for them. I didn't know Takeuchi worked on it. He did! There was a meme going around about, Fate people being pissed about the design, going like, it's not right, whatever, let Takeuchi draw it. And then if you zoom in on the artwork of her, it's like copyright Takeshi Takeuchi. And so like the meme's like, I'm sorry, people don't know how to read. Oh, do I have to equip the thing? I guess so. Sorry, Ami. There we go. Now we should be good. All this lava in a wooden house/tower would never work. You gotta start driving? Okay. Safe drive. But yeah, they're like, oh yeah, we're in a wooden palace. Let's just have floors of lava so no one can get to the queen. That'll totally work. Nobody can see her if she's burned to death, or if everyone's burned to death, because this tower should have collapsed, right? The upper floors are lava. Hey, Ami! I bet that's Himiko. Looks like that freaky Shedden's praying or something. Truly the biggest brain strat, truly. The security here was pretty tight, but nothing we couldn't handle. And she's gonna be beautiful, and Isha's gonna be like, wait, we can't kill her! Yeah, you tell her, Ami! Benevolent Amaterasu, I have been waiting for you. And Ishu, the traveling artist, you too, of course. Hey, how'd you know our names? Anyway, first things first. You knew about that funky mist and the water dragon, didn't ya? You've got some explaining to do. Tell us what you're up to. My people, my poor people, their suffering torments me. Sickened by this mist and terrorized by the water dragon. The cries of their pain wash over me like a torrent. We know what's going on. You're tormenting the people of this city. You must be a monster feeding off the ill will it generates. Now stop stalling and raise that grimy old curtain. Come on, show yourself, you old hag. Ishun, your words are very harsh. But you are right. It was rude of me to hide my face from you. I mean, that was the custom at the time. Noble women would not show their face in front of men that they weren't married to, you know? Benevolent Amaterasu, I, Himiko, the ruler of Seion City, offer my most sincere apologies. Yep, of course. Queen of Seion City, Himiko. And there it goes. Oh no, she's hot. Like I said, she's gonna be hot and then Ishu's like, wait! She can't be evil, she's beautiful! Confirmation bias at it again. I, Himiko, will not allow this evil to darken Seion City. My prayers will not cease until we are rid of this curse. Until I have located the hateful monster stronghold on the island. Just rolling. What's this about a monster stronghold? Are you saying that the source of your city's are you saying that's the source of the city's problem? Sorry, I can't speak too hot. Can't say I've ever heard of Oni Island or whatever you call it. And what do you mean you're trying to locate the island? I mean, it's an island, right? It couldn't have just floated away. Oh, you'd be surprised. Oni Island is elusive. It vanishes each day at sundown, shifting to a new location. No one knows where in the vast wide ocean it will reappear. So even if I wanted to dispatch an army there, it would never arrive. Or, you know, you could just stake out the coast in one particular spot and eventually it'll show up there, you know. Probability and stuff. You might have to go through a few generations of soldiers, but don't say. Still, why'd you stay cooped up in this room all day long? Oh, is that all? Yeah, it's not that bad. I mean, what good will it do to simply pray day in and day out? Oh, so she's got fire on her head. She trying to mess with us? This is the treasured crystal ball. You know, the three royal regalias. The jewel, the mirror, and the sword. My family, the Yamatai clan, have ruled Seion City forever. This crystal ball has been passed down through the generations. I can foresee the future in it. It told me that you were coming. And it will tell me where in the ocean Oni Island will appear next. So, I didn't know this the first time I played Okami. But between FGO and learning more about history, like, Queen Himiko was supposedly the first ruler of, like, what's supposed to be Japan. This was back in, like, before the Jumon period or something like that. And Yamatai was what the country was called. Yamatai-ko. Interesting. You could find Only Island in a jiffy with that thing. She was like, you know, the first Tokugawa like character, like the entire island. Probably not the entire island, because I mean that was the whole thing in the Sengoku period, right? Was all the warring clans, like Japan was split up into a bunch of like smaller states / countries. But the country that she ruled over was Yamatai. Because remember, the Yamato people, which are basically the people who are we associate being ethnically Japanese, are not native to the islands of Japan. They came over from mainland Asia at some point, and they forced the Ainu, who are the indigenous population, further and further north until they're only in Hokkaido. So when I say the first, like, country kingdom or whatever, it was the first country kingdom in Japan by, like, Chinese people who came to these islands. But it's one of those things where it's so far back that there's no true historical, like, 100% factual evidence to say whether or not Himiko actually existed. Because it's so far back, right? Like, it's, I think, practically in the BC period. Or very close. Just stories and stuff, yeah. It predates, written records, I believe. So kind of the same thing where in a lot of stuff, like, people will argue, well, like, this religious figure is real kind of thing because, so-and-so wrote about it. It's like, okay, yeah, but you can write about someone hundreds of years after they supposedly lived. Doesn't mean they actually lived, Another ancient people from very old Japanese history are the Emishi. Oh, those I don't actually know. Hey, learn something new. Because, yeah, I know the Yamatai. Like, I'm not versed in Asian history. I've just picked up bits and pieces here or there. Oh, Eizo! That's a name I'm more familiar with. The Emishi were various indigenous groups in northern Honshu who resisted Yamato Japanese state control from the 5th to 8th centuries. They eventually lost their land and were forced to assimilate into the evolving Japanese state, with some later populations intermixing with the Ainu people of Hokkaido. Gotcha. 40 years of conflict. Wow, they gave them a good run for their money. The first mention of the Emishi in literature that can be corroborated with outside sources dates to the 5th century AD, in which they were referred to as Maoren, hairy people in Chinese records. Wow! Rude. The term Emishi is used for the concealed village tribe of the main character Ashitaka in the Hayao Miyazaki film. Oh! I totally forgot. Ashitaka in Princess Mononoke was an Emishi. That's probably why it sounded vaguely familiar. Well, well, well. We learned something new. Thank you for mentioning that, Amadis. Because, yeah, I mean, it makes sense that, the Ainu weren't the sole indigenous people in Japan. Because, I mean, even in the US and, Canada, there are various tribes, right? But the Ainu is the only one I knew. And I knew they had bigger territory, but they got pushed out. I think to this day, the Ainu are the indigenous people that maintain most of their presence in land in Hokkaido. But, yeah. And they got a little bit of a resurgence in, what's the word I'm looking for? Activism attention because of Golden Kamui. But I'll go along with it. I mean, what the heck? What the heck? Why not? I'd do anything for a pretty lady. I mean, I understand, but no, do not. Do not! Roasted. Be careful, you cannot approach me now. By taking this crystal ball in my hand, a powerful magical barrier is erected to dispel any misfortune. You will be struck down by divine forces if you try to approach. This crystal ball ensures my safety. Even if my enemies learn of my prayers, the barrier will protect me from their attacks. She really calling Ishun misfortune? Well, I mean, he was probably planning to crawl into her clothes, because that's, you know, what he does. See? We can get close to her, but not him. Amaterasu, I entreat you once again. Will you hear my request, the request of all my people? Listen to what she has to say? I guess so. The mighty water dragon now threatens the peace of the oceans. I don't know why it has suddenly turned to savagery. The water dragon is a sea god whose task is to maintain order. So though it may cause harm, we invite chaos if we try to slay it. In fact, without the water dragon, Oni Island is beyond our reach. What the heck that's supposed to mean? Quit beating around the bush and just spit it out already. The key to reaching Oni Island lies in the water dragon, probably quite literally. Even if the crystal ball shows me the location of the island's powerful shield will prevent us from reaching it. Any attempt to break the shield will only result in our own pain. But the water dragon could break the shield with ease. It could form a bridge over the sea to the island. So you're saying that you'll reveal the location of Oni Island, and the water dragon will break the barrier around it? Is that the only way to get into the enemy's stronghold? But what about the water dragon? It's out of control, right? I seriously doubt it'll be happy to help us. That is why I must ask for your help, Amaterasu. Your powers could calm the water dragon and get it to help us. I cannot leave this place, for my prayers require all my energy, which I have wasted for the past half an hour explaining all of this to you. You're the only one who can take on this important task. You gotta be kidding me. You want us to make friends with that rampaging water dragon? Well, I'd do anything for a cute babe, but, well, if my boss here says no, there ain't much I can do. Well, boss, we gonna help Himiko or what? Please say no. Yes. Bummer, well, the boss has spoken. Huh? What was that on me? Oh, Amaterasu, you are truly benevolent. So I entrust you with this border key. Use this key to cross the border and continue into the land beyond. You obtained border key. So basically like a passport. It is said there is a race which controls the water dragon. They live in the sea beyond the border, in the Dragonian domain. You mean like the Ryuzaki Palace? They may have some connection with the dragon's recent behavior. Please calm the water dragon and open the path to Oni Island. Yes, ma'am. Bye, ma'am. Now look at the mess you've gotten us into, Furball. Well, at least we know who's been controlling that water dragon. Let's go pay the Dragonian domain a visit. I love how Ishun is all nice and respectful to us when he's like, oh, well, like, you know, I would help you, but, you know, the boss is the one that has the final say, like, trying to butter us up. And then as soon as we are like, yeah, we'll help, he's like, the fuck's wrong with you? And we never use this talisman again. Anything for a pretty lady, but oof, hands are tied. Like, you know, I can't do anything. I can't go against the boss, you know? I'm a samurai after all. I gotta listen to my retainer. I hate the characters that are, like, lecherous, but at least Ishun's kind of funny. Hey! How did you get in here, Mutt? This is terrible! How did you get past our foolproof defenses? How could we let Queen Himiko down like this? Ah, get out of here, Mutt! Thanks! Saves me from having to draw, the ink to slow dime. Because, I mean, Ishun's a pain in the butt, but at least he's not like the frickin' lecherous old man type, you know? Like, what's his name? Frickin'... Was it Myoza in Inuyasha? The, like, the flea demon or whatever he was? The one following Sesshomaru? No, that's... Jaku. The monk is Moroku. There was a little, like, flea demon thing that sort of acted like the wise sage character. But he was always, like, stealing into Inuyasha's clothes to suck his blood and, like, stuff. Oh, Myoga. Yes, Myoga. Alright, now where are we going? So that's the coast. It's been so long since I last saw Inuyasha. What a mood. I love it though. It's great. And Rumiko Takahashi is still making more manga. Like, she has made a number of series. Airball? Like, there was... I really liked Rine. That one's over. Mao, her current one, I think I've heard good things about, but I haven't gone around to it. Egg? Gotta love the eggs. How's the gaming good? This dumb demon just literally jumped on top of our bomb. Beautiful. Have to wait for the ink to restore a bit. There's one. Hydrate and posture check and all that jazz. Thank you for the care package. Art! Welcome in. Did you finish your schoolwork and did you get some rest? Two very important questions. Schoolwork is not finished? Fair enough. Take a break, relax, recharge. It's a long weekend. You got some extra time. You have to pace yourself. What is it, pup? You want to cross the border? You'll have to speak to my colleague if you do. But Queen Himiko ordered the border to be sealed off. I'm sorry, but I'd give up if I were you, pup. Huh? Hey, that's a border key, a permit from Queen Himiko. It's really taking it out of you this time? I hear ya. Well, you do need to get it done, but you're better off pacing yourself than just, you know, brute forcing it. What on earth are you doing with something like that? Rules are rules. Anyone bearing this is allowed to pass here. You must be on some very important business, I suppose. I'll open the gate straight away. Thank you. Now then, where's this Dragonian domain? Sounds like something that might be under the sea. But I'd rather not have to get wet if I could help it. And it's not because I'm afraid of that pesky water dragon. Carbonyl, carboxyl, sulfurdrol, amino, methyl, and phosphate? What kind of cake are we making here? Bonjour, Amaterasu! I trust you enjoyed your little adventure through that hole? The city's air sure has cleared up thanks to you. Thank you, Dee Dee, for the jokes. I'm glad to help. Just ignore him and maybe he'll go away. Come on, Ami. Why so grumpy today? Didn't you notice the view? It used to be one big cursed zone out here. But yours truly pulled off one of those great divine interventions. What? I really wanted to wait for you to, but I couldn't stand leaving the sea in such a cursed state. Ah, the sea off of Oshima Coast is back to its beautiful self. Is this what they mean by prettier than a picture, my little friend? What's that supposed to mean, pretty boy? Oh, just a little something I overheard somewhere. So, my little bouncing friend, you're a wandering artist, no? I want to see how beautiful your paintings are. Just one would be fine. Pretty please. Huh? My art's none of your business. Why should I show you anyway? You really are in a bad mood today. You're not one of those imposters who claims to be an artist but could not paint a picture if his life depended on it, are you? What? Oh, nothing. It's just something some old man mentioned. His grandson, who was also his apprentice, ran away from home. And he took the old man's painting of a wood sprite with him. Do you think you might claim to have painted that masterpiece? I mean, there are so many unscrupulous people out there. Sometimes it is hard to spot an imposter in the wild world of art. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you? You only move on to the next subject if I can 100% the review 3 times. You hold yourself to a very rigorous standard. I don't know what the heck you're talking about. Now make like a tree and leave, but I mean, better than the people in school nowadays who are using AI to cheat their way through everything. Ten questions? That's a lot. As someone who had to write a ton of essays, that's a lot. It's 100% or nothing? Like, as in, you fail if you don't get 100%? Or, like, as in, like, in this field, you need to get it 100% right? Or, like, it's no good? It would appear I have struck a raw nerve. Refuse to turn it in unless I get 100%? Damn! Y'all hold yourself to some very different standards. Man, that just reminds me of the one time I posted on Facebook way back when because I was really frustrated with the project I was working on. Because I was in journalism school at this point, right? And there was there was a noise in the background that I was trying to isolate, but I couldn't. And you know, in journalism and broadcast stuff, you're on a really tight deadline, right? So in frustration, I just posted like, okay, whatever, I give up. It's good enough. And my brother decided he was gonna roast me and tell me how that doesn't work in the real world and I'm never gonna get a good job with that attitude. I'm like, damn. My classmates, like, immediately jumped to my defense, like, wow. You obviously don't know your sister well. She works her ass off every day in class. I see her. This was a few years before, you know, we stopped talking. But yeah, I was like... My mother had to get on Facebook and, like, start mediating because I started crying because of how much my brother and sister-in-law were tearing into me. Oh yeah, no. I'm close to my parents, but yeah, like my extended family, sometimes it's like, what the fuck, man? This is why, like, you know, as an introvert, sometimes I'm like, man, having a really big family and all those gatherings would probably be really frustrating. But at the same time, sometimes I get jealous of the people who do have those families. Because it's not something I ever got, you know? I have some serious lore. I sure do. I mean, as they say, when you go through shitty stuff in life, you either become a shitty person or you become the kind of kindest people in the world that want to change the world because you don't want anyone else to go through that, you know? Either you want to stop this from happening again to someone else, or you want everyone else to suffer like you did. And I became the kind that wants to stop this stuff, so. Oh, English essays, yeah. I would offer to edit, because I used to do that, but now I'm like way too busy. Because yeah, a lot of my friends weren't great with English stuff or writing papers, but of course for all your most courses you have to do some of it, right? So I used to edit some of my friends' work to help them out. I'm probably going to submit half a paper anyway. Hey, no! Don't start submitting just half work. I know what you mean, but... like, something has to give kind of thing, I know, but oh... Did I charge them for your help? Nope. Because I like editing. Missed money opportunity? Yeah, but I'm not doing it to make money. I'm trying to help my friends. Like, I know what you mean, but it's like... rent is already so crazy expensive. People are already struggling to go to school and work at the same time. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, give me $5 to read your 2-page paper about how tea is better than coffee. He wants to know... yeah, I mean, that's Goku's unfortunate hubris. Because he is a Saiyan. And they're a race that loves to fight. So he wants to fight the strongest opponent. It's like vaguely canonical that when Goku and Vegeta finally reach old age, they go into space and have like a giant massive brawl, and then they were never seen again. Goku still couldn't beat Chibidi. Chibididi. Yeah, I agree. You haven't watched any of the Android arc yet, right, Art? You're just in, you're just finishing Namek? Because, I mean, I guess spoilers for, like, a 30-year-old anime, but I want to check. Some people, even if they don't, even if it's an old series, they would rather never know. Currently at Dr. Juro. Okay. So you probably know some of the Trunks stuff. But yeah, that's the irony of, Goku, right? Strongest fighter in the world? It's not his hubris that gets him, it's germs. Which just goes to show you, bacteria and viruses can even take down, like, you know, the biggest things in the world. And then go figure. All that effort to keep Goku alive to help save the world, and in the end, it is not Goku who saves the world. It is Gohan. Who, died quite pitifully in Trunks' timeline, but I guess, whatever. I forget exactly what it was. That, like, finally, I guess all the extra training Goku did with Gohan is what made a world of difference kind of thing, but yeah. You're scared of mushrooms? Like them, like, because they can take over and all of that stuff? Of spores. Ah, yes. Hey, Mario, get a load of this guy. Rude. I mean, it's not really irrational. Because isn't it scientifically proven that the only reason we don't have, like, mold in us is our internal body temperature is too hot for that stuff to grow? So even if we eat moldy food, like, yeah, we'll get sick, but it's never gonna grow in us kind of thing? Yeah, that and the other organisms, yeah. So yeah, I don't think it's irrational to be afraid of spores at all. Because that was the whole concept of The Last of Us, right? Like, what if the spores that can, like, turn ants into zombies were able to, take over humans? It's like an apartment building. I've seen The Last of Us, yep. Very interesting concept for a zombie apocalypse, but yeah, like, damn. Science disproves such nonsense? I mean, fair. Have you come to see Cat Call Tower? Speaking of Dragon Ball, hold on. You can hear it from here. That cat crying. It sounds so sad. The tower was built on that island a long time ago. They say there's a huge cat statue at the top. It used to be a real cat before, but after it lived for a really long time, it turned into a god. Then it built the tower to watch over the world from the top. But the tower was so high, the cat got scared and couldn't come down. It was up there for so long that it turned to stone in the end. And it's been alone up there ever since. That's why it cries like that even now. Isn't that just the saddest story you've ever heard? It is pretty sad. But yeah, speaking of Dragon Ball, that is Korin's tower right there. And also Kami's lookout. Oh, that is a cat crying. That is tragic. God. Urashima Taro! So you got taken by that porker guy, right? And he took you to a castle at the bottom of the sea? If that's true, where's that porker now, huh? Yeah, where is he now? Yeah, where is he? What are they talking about? It isn't Porca, it's Orca. He's an emissary of the Dragon Palace. And he only comes from people worthy of going there. Yeah, right. Didn't your mom teach you not to tell lies? The DD voice acting is giving you your energy back. I'm glad. Let's get him! Yeah! Get him! Hey! What do you think you're doing? Only cowards gain up on people like that. Hey, who's that? Good timing. I'm bored of playing with him now. Come on, let's go play somewhere else. Yeah! Let's go play! Bye, children. The more you chase knowledge, the more you see life's cracks, but when you slow down, even broken light can feel joy. Oh, that reminds me of... Oh, what is it called? Ginmugi? Like the art of repairing pottery by using molten gold as glue? Also wabi-sabi. Which is like, enjoying the imperfections of the world. Yeah, it's like, even stuff that's broken can become beautiful, even if, it can never be the same. Hey, kid. Hello? Anyone home? Huh? Oh, I must have dozed off. I reckon I do that a lot on the beach. You sure you didn't get beaten into unconsciousness? He was so wise, I hate that he retired. Aw, I mean... You gotta retire at some point. At least he was able to, right? Some people say they won't be able to retire because of finances. So at least he was able to. Though I do agree, it can be really difficult when a mentor figure, exits your life. Fisherman Urashima. I don't know who y'all are, but I sure appreciate you waking me up. When I ain't got the strength to go home, sometimes I nap here. You were sleeping? Dee Dee is my mentor? Aww. Bah! You really had us worried hunched over so long like that. You're not sick or injured, are ya? A real mentor? Oi. No, sir, I'm fit as a fiddle, I am. Just taking a nap on the beach is all. Oh, well, that's a relief. Anyway, what was that about a castle at the bottom of the sea? And I mean, mentors can be all kinds of things in life, right? I think especially if you're LGBTQA at all, any kind of older member of the community ends up becoming your mentor. Because, like, sure, yeah, you can find lots of older people with great life experiences to share with you. But someone who can share that extra little bit of identity and processing stuff can be really nice. Hey, Mom, I can't miss learning sessions with an anime cat girl on the internet. There's a land under the sea here in Yoshima. You're a mentor in a way to everyone's Aw, different thing. I'm blushing. Thank you, guys. That's really sweet. The Dragon Palace is an amazing place, real pretty. I haven't been there in a dog's age, though. Dragon Palace? Land of the Dragonians? They're the ones controlling the water dragon. Himiko said so. So, how does one get to that palace, bucket boy? Rude. How could a Ishun? I mean, a big bone lad like you elude the water dragon. There you go. That's a little better. Would be better if you're not making comments about their size at all, but alright, we'll take it. And make it all the way down to the bottom of the sea. The water dragon was much nicer in those days. But you can't just choose to go to the Dragon Palace. Only worthy people can go. If you're worthy, an emissary called Orca comes to get ya. So this Orca dude is an emissary from the Dragon Palace? Is it the dude from Free? And just how did you get to meet this guy anyway? Now that's one question that ain't so easy to answer. Y'all see that pier over yonder? Sure. That pier is where I met Orca. I was looking out to the sea when he came with the morning sun. Orca only comes if you're worthy of the Dragon Palace, I reckon. Okay. So we have that. Now I know what to do for that, but I want to... see one thing. Oh no, we're not going to be able to get up there just yet. Because we don't have, because the cat statue gives the ability to climb walls and stuff. We don't have that yet. Unfortunately, you know, we can't parkour. Space? Cat? Ocean? glad I met the people I do. You never know what lessons life has planned out for you. So true. You can learn something from everyone if you're just willing to listen. He's a little... Oh! Look at all these kitties. What do you mean no? Oh, they want the fish. Cats eat meat? What are you talking about? They don't just eat fish. Yeah, look at all these tuxedo cats. I mean, black cats are my favorite, but tuxedo cats are pretty up there. Some of them can be really freaking cute. One of your faves? Yeah, they're really cute. Boots, who's Iduna's other cat, other than Whis, aka Whiskey. She's a tuxedo cat. I bet you can never guess why her name's Boots! Truly the most common name for a tuxedo cat, but it's cute! It's cute, it works, right? That and Socks. One of my friends in high school had a tuxedo cat named Socks, which I thought was adorable. Because, yeah, Boots is a really cute name. But Socks... There's just something about Socks in particular, you know? Okay, come on. You need to find that pier. Mogu and Pepperoncino. Hey, you remember Pep's full name. Black and white? Ah, cute. Yeah, it's not super common to see white cats, but they're very cute. Of course you did, fair enough. I mean, I just don't use the full name that often, you know? Alright, morning sun. Something's coming! Is this a shark? Is it a dolphin? Is it tuna? I mean, that sure ain't an orca. Why is this big fish looking so happy? It's kind of creeping me out. Ah! Orca! Orca, it's you! That's a beluga, I think? I think you are correct. I mean, belugas are white, but yeah. It's the right size, right head shape. It's been a dog, Sage. I stopped counting the years. Did you come to take me back to the Dragon Palace? Damn. It's like, no, get the frick away from me. Orca? This is that emissary of or whatever? Dragon Palace emissary, Orca. At last, one worthy of visiting the Dragon Palace. Hop on, I'll take you to the Dragon Palace. You're that on me. I'm second to none when it comes to swimming. Even that water dragon's no match for me. You hear? You heard him. What are we gonna do, Ami? Oh, I guess you already made up your mind. Beluga's too smooth. This is Orca? Not a very creative name. He looks kind of fishy. Pun intended. Wanna hitch a ride? Ride an Orca. Yes. You do? Well, I don't suppose we have much of a choice. The Persistent Hunter? I always remember the episode where it turns into a whole opera. Amount of cartoons he used to watch? I understand, same. Heard that, Ami? You believe him? Believe it. Maybe we should have him take us to the Dragon Palace. I'm afraid I can't do that yet. Huh? You must complete the final ordeal decreed by Otohime. Only then will you be worthy of visiting the Dragon Palace. Hear that, Ami? Hey, Orca. Is this Otohime chick your boss or something? She's got a lot of nerve letting that water dragon run amok. Listen, Orca, we want to ride down to the Dragon Palace. So let's hear about that ordeal you were talking about. The entrance to the Dragon Palace is a whirlpool, but it's hidden right now to keep out the evil beings that plague this area. You must find the whirlpool amid this vast sea. Click, click, click. This is the ordeal decreed by Otohime. Hear that, Ami? Sounds like a piece of cake. I mean, the sea's packed with places begging to be explored. We'll just have to check them out till we find that whirlpool. Well, what are we waiting for? Full speed ahead! Choo-choo! And now? We can go to the tower. Where's that meowing coming from? I think it's coming from that tower. It's kind of creepy, but let's go check it out anyway. Get off, Orca? Yes. Alright, see you later, bud. We'll be back in a second. Meow. Perfect. Alright, I know we just had an ad break, but we were in the middle of a cutscene, so I am going to be right back real quick. I'm just going to get some water. Oh, big stretch. Alrighty, I will be right back. Hold tight, everybody, and... Agua, water, here we go. Not the vacuum. Alright, I'm back. Thank you for your patience. I forgot to turn on the kettle the first time. Whoops. Do you think pigeons ever get embarrassed when they trip? I guess that depends if they have, enough self-awareness, you know? Because being embarrassed requires being ashamed, and being ashamed means having self-awareness, and being self-awareness means that you have hierarchy in your community. Welcome back. Thank you, and hi, Jambola. They poop openly. I don't think care. But see, humans made pooping in public something to be ashamed of. People still piss in public if they don't get shamed for it, you know? Like, kids definitely try and go to the bathroom in all kinds of inappropriate places, and they only stop because they get in trouble, right? Cat call tower. Sounds like that annoying meows coming from the top of this tower. Hey, look at those paw prints on the wall. Isn't that the mark of catwalk? It's one of the 13 celestial brush techniques. Wait, maybe that means... Oh yeah! Scythe weasels! Kamaitachi! Schoolwork do hit differently, yeah. I mean, weekends should be for rest. Like, you do usually have to do schoolwork on weekends, but you should be able to rest as well, you know? Ow! Ow! You gremlins! What boss is this? Kamaitachi, so scythe weasels. They show up in, Naruto. They don't show up in a lot of things, but they're definitely a pretty cool yokai, in my opinion. Mark of Kabegami, so wall god. Yokai watch, close enough. Jibanyan! I mean, I'm just talking yokai in general, but you know... Those paw prints are the mark of the god of the celestial brush technique, catwalk. That means, well, you know our motto, Ami. Leap before you look. Oh god, that's right. We just gotta frickin' hop all the way up here. Ah! Fuck. Just see if you mess it up. Everyone knows the show over the games. The games were not very popular in the West. The anime, at least, got brought over. Well, that's the thing, right? Pokemon came in at a perfect time. Now Pokemon's already established, and the only people who would play Yokai Watch are adult nerds. For the most part, right? Because it's more based on Japanese mythology than Pokemon is. So it's Pokemon is more accessible in the West that way versus Yokai Watch needing you to know about these creep demons. Trying to get to the top of the tower or something? Or one enthusiastic furball. Thank you. Well, you don't need to know. No, but it will hold you back a little bit. I say that just because the fact that it's based on existing mythology can hold you back a little bit. Like, a game could be great based on... But if it's, like, really heavily steeped in Greek mythology and you don't like Greek mythology, you might not try it, you know? That's a good point, yeah. Because, like, I loved ancient Egyptian stuff as a kid. Played some really questionable quality games just because they were set in ancient Egypt, you know? So same thing. Would be nice if Pokemon had some competition. I mean, they do. Just not mainstream. Like, only creature collector kids are gonna play is Pokemon, right? But there are plenty of options for adults. So I'm like Iris? Yes, I am like Iris. Except I don't believe in frickin', the conspiracy theories, you know? Stray bead. I mean, some of those theories are super interesting, like, you know, the Mandela effect and stuff like that. But then you get into the whole, like, oh, this satellite was put into space by an evil organization and blah, 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 blah. Then I'm like, okay, no. Like, that's going a little far, girly. Okay, come on. The reptilian government? Yeah, definitely not the reptilian government! Whew! I don't believe a lizard knows how tech works? Probably not. Oh, God. Whew. We made it. Yes, reptilians are a race above humans. Basically, it's like... they're Namekians. If we're using Dragon Ball Z here, you know? Or Saiyans. But mostly Namekians, because Namekians are... less human-like. They're technically, like, sentient vegetables. And they created the Dragon Ball, so maybe they were lizard people at some point. are studies now about how some people get roped into conspiracy theory stuff, and it's the same thing as the people who get roped into cults, right? People who are isolated, people who have been around in life, that stuff. They start looking for answers and they get fed bullshit explanations. Watch Tuntunston? No, I don't know what that... I don't believe I know what that is. Oh, that. I was already out of my Egyptian mythology phase when that show started airing. I was into like the Mummy and like the Mummy cartoon and stuff like that. Being critical of the world is good for humanity? Yes and no. Because that's the argument why there's been a rise in anti-vaxxers, is people have gained general knowledge, enough to think they know better, but they don't actually have the full knowledge, and because of that, they've lost trust in institutions. Skeptic and cynic, correct. Like, it's good to believe that, yes, the media can lie to you. Because they have done that in the past. But the question you want to ask is, why would they lie about this particular thing, you know? Because in the past, like, you know, they lied about, like, the wars and stuff, and that was, like, you know, to keep people from panicking and stuff. Why would they lie about, like, you know, something that happened on, like, the local 24 news kind of thing? Like, the media and government lie, but so does that guy on Facebook. So true. Well, yes, there are people who have gone against established concepts and have been right. That is 100% true. But the people we're talking about here aren't the people who are like, hey, maybe if we tried washing our frickin' hands between surgeries, people would die less. People aren't going, the conspiracy theorists aren't actually going out there trying to use science and investigative journalism to discover the truth. They're just beating you over the head with it, and if you don't agree with them, they beat the shit out of you. Like, and when they do, they're wrong, yeah. Like, I mean, that's the thing, right? Because, like, I think one of the famous examples of someone trying to disprove that the Earth is round kind of thing was, like, talking about, like, you know, there's no curve in the horizon when you look at it and stuff like that. And it's like science has proved how that works. Because, yeah, sometimes people are right, and it's about reinforcing the status quo with power. Ergo, what happened to, like, Galileo. Because, yeah, would have been much further ahead of society if it hadn't been for the church. It also would have been much further ahead of society if they did burn the Library of Alexandria. Like, they're wrong because of this class. So here's the thing. Here's a good way to look at it, in my opinion. A person's existence and what they think is their own truth. That's their own existence. You cannot disprove what goes on in someone's head or their inner thoughts, right? But there is also what you could call the definitive truth. Like the stuff that can actually be proven, stuff that's outside a person's realm of beliefs. Like, you cannot disprove heaven, God, that kind of stuff. But you can prove that evolution happened, right? The two concepts can exist. They don't have to be one or the other. Have a really progressive discussion? I mean, ideally, yes. A lot of these people are not interested in having discussions, though. They're not interested in actually having a conversation about it. They just want you to take them at face value. Because Papa Melis loves debating these types of people. They don't actually, engage with him, right? As soon as you, they'll be like, well, prove it. As soon as you break out studies and stuff, it's like, well, that's too much to read. Like, they just keep moving the goalposts because they don't want to be talked out of their beliefs. They don't want to have a discussion. They want you to just believe them. And give them the power that comes from you falling in line behind them. Just a cat and a dog playing with with a tiny human. Never believe something at face value, but also it's good to have some degree of trust. Because, I mean, going through the world distrusting everything isn't a great way to live either, but I think it's good to have a grain of salt with everything, right? Like, don't blindly trust, but if a coworker says they want to be friends with you just because you've been burned by other coworkers, doesn't mean this one will too. But, just keep an eye on him. Thank you, Cat Megami. Thank you, Cat God. Cat Wall God. But yeah, like, a great example recently is a former acquaintance where it's like, they read a ton of papers, right? And they did have, like, a scientific background, but they're a stay-at-home spouse now, right? But then, like, they try and contradict medical advice that other friends have been getting because they're like, oh, well, I've read those papers. It's like, yeah, great, you read the papers. How do you know you actually understand them properly? It's just you in your house while your spouse is at work, like. Is that a cat version of the dog? Pretty much. Well, yeah, you can respect people by letting them voice their truth. You can still privately think they're full of shit. Like, that's fine. Like, I think it is doing the world as a whole a disservice if you don't shut down some types of people. Because that's how the orange gets into power, right? Because you get filled with people who keep saying yes to these types instead of, you know, shutting them down. That's why it's like, you know, some people are like, we should be friends regardless of politics. No. If you got something against trans people, you got something against me. Like, that don't matter. Doesn't always mean they are. That is also true. I mean, you kind of gotta pick your poison kind of thing. But a lot of these people, like I said, are not open to any kind of discussion. Like, if you get someone 1v1 and you're able to extract them from their broader community that is fostering this, sure, you can turn them around. But people will only change if they want to change. You can give someone all the tools and everything else in the world. If they don't want to use them, nothing's gonna happen. And thus the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. I'm back, part-time work now. Oh no, not the part-time work. The mark OKAMI has appeared. Wise quote? It's very, very true, yeah. And I mean, yeah, sometimes school is definitely the place to think about these things, right? Like, because that's the age where you start forming these core ideals and identity. Once you're in the outside world, people are a lot more stuck in their ways. And I mean, like, yeah, like, you know, for example, there was a coworker who we were talking about the tariffs, right? Me and some other people, and she comes in and she's like, well, you guys shouldn't worry about the US stuff. We should worry about the Canadian government because they're trying to take our guns away. And I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? Okay, but that's like a perception thing. There's a difference between being like, atoms are music and trans people are all mentally ill and they should be put into an institution and strapped to the electric chair. Like, there's a difference between, hey, this is a different interpretation, and this is a fundamentally fucked up thing to believe. One big old kitty. Doesn't that wind feel great? Ah! But yeah, like, scientific discoveries are found because people want to challenge the status quo, which is good. Political discussions, on the other hand, I would always argue tend to be bad, because it's like, it's always about taking something away from someone or preventing someone from having something, and it's like, Why are you like this? Like, why have you never grown past, Timmy needs to give me a turn with the toy. It's not fair if Timmy has it and I don't. If I can't have it, Timmy shouldn't either. Don't get why people hate on him so much? The old religion is really what it comes down to. It's like these people can't control the world, so, you know, here we are. These games where I yap a lot really go off the rails into some interesting discussions every time. Every time I just sit here like, this is not where I thought this conversation would go at some point. Who knew OKAMI was the game to bring this out? It's always just random stuff, but then yeah, something trickles into something else, and then next thing you know, it's like, what the heck is happening here? What is it, pup? You want me to open the gate? Want the gate open? Open it now! Well, plus, a lot of the flat earthers also have older conservative figures and other stuff, molding them this way. The conservatives are, like, right-wing politics tend to be much more keen on molding people than liberals who are like, just let people do whatever. The science community is both, yeah. And I mean, that's the thing, right? Sometimes it's hard to tell. Because as a queer person, if I meet someone who I find out is, like, ultra religious, my first instinct is I probably should stay away from them. This is probably going to be a problem, but sometimes they're actually legitimately really nice and understanding, and it's like, shit, man. Just to remember, I am watching a 2D anime cat girl play games on the internet. Yes, you are. Yeah, I mean, I'm forever in the 95% of the time. We will not be political or like whatever because we want to relax. But also, I don't believe in shutting down these conversations if they happen organically. Because I think it is important to have these discussions. And sometimes people don't have other people in their life that will have these discussions with them. So it's like, yeah, don't like suddenly come into the chat going, oh, hey, what's your opinion on blah, 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 blah. But like, you know, we were just talking about whatever and the conversation just flowed this way. That's different. Well, yes, being mean to people is bad, but yeah. Sometimes at some point, everything is gray, you know? It's hard to be purely black and white.
come to a stone wall to defend their position. Yeah. It's just how you are. Oh, yeah, no. I mean, I am also very, very idealistic. I believe it's better just to assume good intentions. Like that one discussion we had a few weeks ago where I was like, on paper, a lot of stuff is good. Like, in theory, the idea of, like, you know, communism and, like, you know, no one should be hoarding resources on paper. Great idea. How it actually has turned out in real life, not so great. But still, it's good to have, like, you know, to be optimistic about stuff. Nice to be nice, of course, but some people do need to be here. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. And I mean, we already had this discussion. It was just an example. The same thing, capitalism on paper, really good. The way it's actually worked out, not so good. I will not be the one. You're also a little more, you don't have a combative personality to begin with, right? Oh, inbreeding? Yeah. Oh, that's right. We teleported out here and we left the frickin' whale behind. Oops. I was like, what are we supposed to be doing again? Oh, shit, right, the whale. But we can't swim over there. Alright. All ideologies have flaws, 1000%. All ideologies have flaws. All religions have flaws. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to deal with you're trying to deal with natural instincts that says, I need to secure the resources I need to survive and make my DNA succeed in the next generation. What do you mean we can't all be friends? We can all be friends. But when one of those friends is like, the other friend should, the other friend is not okay because of so and so and so, I am going to kick you down the stairs. Like, oh, how did the quote in Isomnium work? To leave quickly, push down the swindler. I mean, y'all know me at this point. I am extremely patient, very understanding. You do someone serious wrong, especially if they're people I care about, I don't care if you have human rights anymore. You're going down. You upset Mama Bean. Mama Bean's coming at you with a sandal. Like, I remember I mean, I'm exaggerating here, Shadow Realm, yeah. Like, just to, give a logical example, when I was maybe about 9 or so, 9 to 11, Papa Melis made Mama Melis cry, and I mean really bad. And, like, Papa Melis was already on thin ice with me, because of things he said to me, right? But, like, you know, making Mama Melis cry was the last straw. So what I do, he's sitting at the kitchen counter. I fill up a glass of water and I pour it on his head. Yeah. Now, were there consequences? To cool him off? More or less, and also just to punish him. Bold as hell? Oh yeah. Like, did I get punished? Yes. Was it worth it? Yes. Because at that point, I stopped mostly thinking of consequences, right? Like, you made my #1 ally in the world cry, because I had never seen my mother cry in, like, the whole 11 years of my life. And it's like, you're her husband. You're supposed to be nice to her. You're supposed to love her. You're supposed to make her feel loved. And you're not even sorry about it. Like, he just went on continuing to have a conversation with the guests while Mom was crying in the bathroom. So I'm like, oh, hell no. And, like, at some point, like, my mom's therapist ended up talking her out of, basically running away because, like, she's like, okay, you should at least try to have a conversation with, him first. And I mean, my own issues with that therapist aside, when Papa Melis was like, do you know why your mom is locking herself up in her room all the time? I'm like, I'm not saying anything. I'm not betraying her trust. Like, I don't live at home anymore. But based on stuff I saw growing up, like, if you pushed her to this point, then it might be legitimate. I'm not gonna talk her into staying, like. Mario Kart 8 is outselling Mario World right now. Yeah, the open world aspect has been really hit or miss with a lot of people from what I heard. Plus, you know, not everyone has the Switch 2. Alright. There is... Ah, there it is. I was like, there's a statue somewhere. Mario Kart 8's a lot better? That's fair. It's just making me think of all of the, like, HoloLive, New Year's Mario Kart tournaments. PlayStation couldn't do for 4 months? That's the power of Nintendo. Also, nostalgia and having games at launch. What a crazy concept. Because the PlayStation did not have many options at launch. Switch 2 had a whole ass eShop. Plus it's exclusives, that as well. PlayStation follows trends, Nintendo starts trends. You know, that is true. Because however you feel about, like, the Wii U and stuff, they tried something different. It didn't work out. And that's, you know, that's a risk of innovation in business. Like, way back in in the day, they also made the Virtual Boy, which was like, you know, like 3D console before, you know, the 3DS. During the chip shortage? Ooh, yeah, I mean... That too. We went from using all the chips for NFTs to using them all for AI, but hey. Oh my god, okay, now he's got a shield. No, I agree. Once I got my PC, I had very little reason to use my PlayStation except as, like, you know, to play Blu-rays, basically. God, I don't remember how to beat this one. Alright, I'm able to hit his feet. Oof. Nintendo the company? Yeah, I mean... Companies will not always be perfect, unfortunately. Apparently, I just needed to hit this mother effer a lot. Which bot? Sorry, now that I've defeated this ogre thing, I can pay attention. Ah, that one. Looked like you had to drop them somehow? I think so, yeah. But I tried the bomb. I tried wind. My beaniversary! Gasp! That's right, you followed around my birthday last year because I was playing Xenoblade. Podiversary! How does it work, Dee Dee? What, your podiversary? Year old means you are full-grown moonbeam. You got your full limbs and all that stuff. Still a baby bean. Can I still basically be a Squishmallow? Correct, yes. The way I always kind of saw it is we basically look like mood beans basically look like squishmallows because mood beans are always loafing. So like you got limbs, you got feet, they're just under all that fluff. Oh, there is indeed, yeah. I need to clean up so much stuff. Must have been the wind? Must have been the same wind that called me auntie earlier. Considerably older, and yet Zon is still like 8 years younger than I am, or something like that. I mean, in bean time? Alright, fair enough. In bean time, sure. Because, yeah, Zon followed within, like, I think my first 3 months. But didn't start talking for quite a while. Which is fair, we love our lurkers. Just, yeah. More monsters and the skills have dulled. The magnificent star view can no longer be seen. Can't see the stars in the middle of the day, but when night falls, I've got a wish to make upon a shooting star. Wish upon a star, it always comes true. How'd I met Spooky? I believe Zon requested to raid Spooky. Or someone, Zon or someone else requested I raid Spooky because they were already a member of Spooky's community. And then, yeah, and then we just hit it off really well. Sete requested Spooky raid. Ah, you're right. I think you're right. I said Zon, and then I was like, wait, I don't think that's right. Came back to a new stream, friend. Surprise! Yeah, we just gelled really well. I mean, I only message Spooky periodically. Zon actually plays games and stuff with Spooky. Not that life's a competition. Collab when? I've been wanting to for ages. It's just, you know, time zones, and plus she's been taking a break from streaming. And that's been over a year now. Gasp! That's crazy. Spooky, my bestie. Aww. Cute. Because, I mean, we were joking about doing a Genshin collab. I was just like, I don't know if we can, like, we can do co-op across servers in Genshin, but if it works out, possibly. It has to be the same server? Fuck, I knew it. Stupid, stupid, stupid. There's other stuff we can play. She had said, let's play Mario Party together at some point. But it's just, you know, you gotta coordinate everything. Genshin would have just been like a really easy one. Because it's like, no coordination. No one has to buy games. Just log in and go. Don't have to like figure out, you know, friend friends, like, communication, the internet. Watcher's Cape. Let's see, it says, when the Whirlpool Galaxy spins in the distant heavens, a whirlpool shall open up below. Didn't Orca say the entrance to the Dragon Palace? The three of us playing Peak would be pretty fun? You know, you got a point there. Cannot believe it. Oh, yeah! I mean, yeah, Amelie, Bao, and Mori are friends. Throw on some chain together? Oh, God. Peak is a fun game. Yeah, that I think would be fun. Chain together, that is straight up. We need to figure out how to cooperate. And I'm bringing all the brain cells. Yeah, they can interact with indies. It's just extra hoops to jump through because the indies basically have to sign NDAs and stuff. Yeah. Other companies, same thing. It's just in the West, especially, there was a lot more competitiveness. But I mean, like, yeah, there's no rule to say, for example, that girl Hollow Mems can't do collabs with Hollow Stars boys, right? But when they do, their parasocial fans start harassing everyone. So they just don't do it. So same thing. Company people can collab with indies, but it can lead to a lot of harassment for the indies. So people just don't do it, you know? Dee would have to keep the brain cell unit in sight. Yeah. I say this lovingly, and only based on the fact that when we all play puzzle games, I seem to grasp it a lot quicker. But, you know, famous last words, right? Right. So are we actually gonna... When is the Dee and Amelie collab? Never. She doesn't know I exist. Kind of looks like a windmill or something. IAQ specimen right here, guys. The big brain Dee. She will. She will. Maybe one day. Who knows? How do I get this? That's the attitude I try. Well, boy, you know. Not that either. It's already been 3 hours. It sure has. Time flies. Especially when you're yapping about a million things. You're going back into the hellscape? Good luck. You can do it, we believe. Has fun, thank you. Why did change it? Who knows? Alright. I know I have the right idea, but at the same time, I'm like... Do, do, do. Why did change Grammarly be like that? Do, do, do. Where'd Watcher go? There he is. I was like, I'm missing something clearly. There, a shooting star! Gotta make my wish right now! I wish the sky was as magnificent as it was in the past. That's it! The Whirlpool Galaxy! My wish really did come true! It's like a huge windmill, and now we can do the windmill. Gotcha. I was like, I'm missing something here. Sea looks pretty calm to me. And the Whirlpool Galaxy isn't, you know, doing anything. What do we gotta do to make the Whirlpool entrance appear? Meow. I think you're onto something. Maybe we're supposed to blow that starry whirlpool round and round. Try it again. Not a whole galaxy pulling up? Yep, it's just here, you know? Look! The whirlpool entrance! Okay, Ami, time to go! Hey, Orca. Guess we gotta go back to the pier and then call for it. Whoop. Whoop. No. Ah! Fine, we'll indulge you. Boom. There we go. All right, run for it. Meow. Let's go. Come on. Come. Need to find that pier again. Every time I play this game, I'm like, where's the damn dock? Right on, Orca? Yeah, let's go. Hi, yo, Orca, way! There's the water dragon, just like chilling out. It's like those tube slides at some of the amusement parks, like the water slide parks. I like how everything kind of echoes under the water. Finally, we made it through the water pool down to the bottom of the sea. This must be the Dragon Palace. Lily Doll to Hime controls the water dragon. Better not let our guard down. Alright. Is there a save? There is. Because I figured this is a good spot to stop. I gotta still clean and do errands and stuff, so we'll wrap up a teeny bit earlier than usual. But if all goes well and I get all my chores done, I will be doing a long stream on Monday, along with a surprise. So. Meow. Gotta keep it going until Okami 2. Obviously. Alright, so tomorrow, we're going back to Danganronpa. We're finally gonna conquer that trial that drove me bananas because controller malfunctioned. And I just could not get it to work properly after that. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 12 p.m. EST for that. Now, I think I saw Spooky was streaming. Is Spooky still life. Starting a trial after months away. It's only been a month. Hasn't been that bad. Yeah, there's Spooky. Alright. She's on chapter 4 of Deltarune, so I won't be lurking that much. But I want to go say hi. So off we go. Alrighty, that's gonna be it for me. Starting a trial after years away, excuse you. If it's daytime where you are, have a wonderful rest of your day. And if it's nighttime, have a great rest when you head on off to bed. Here is Raid. Come on. No, typoed. Raid. And here is Discord. If we got any lurkers who want to keep up with us when we're not streaming. For now, that's going to be it for me. So, if it's daytime where you are, have a wonderful rest of your day. If it's nighttime, have a great rest when you head on off to bed. Until next time, take care of yourself. Wash your face, brush your teeth, eat the good food. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.